after we finished the last store, she looks at all of us. She says, guys, we should go have a drink. We just did a lot of work. And this red pickup truck pulls up. Guy jumps out, gets in her car, and they start going at it like two teenagers. And I'm sitting in the back cab like, because that is not her boyfriend. So he pulls out a Bowie knife, or at least I think it's called a Bowie knife. It's like a hunting or a fishing knife. And pulls out a white substance in a tube and pours it onto the knife. She proceeds to sniff it. And then he pours some more on there. He sniffs it, does it again, and turns around, looks at me and says, hey, do you want some? And I say, oh, nah, I had chips. Pause. Daughter pulls up, has some random person drop her off. Boyfriend gets out. Daughter gets in the car. The line of cocaine happens again. And so we finally get out. We go into the bar and I order an Amarella Sour. They did not check my ID. And I sit there and I'm sipping it, little bit by little bit. Sandy and the rest of my coworkers all had Jaeger bombs, about 4 or 5 of them each. And then right after her 5th one, her and her daughter got into it. They're yelling and screaming. Daughter storms out. We get in the truck. We pull off. So she's going on and on and on about how her daughter's pissed her off and all this kind of stuff. And she's like, I'm so sorry. Juicy. Pause. Okay. Juicy, I gotta find my daughter. She's like, do you mind if you get home late? Well, I was like, nah, go ahead, do what you need to do. She's like, there's only a couple places where she could be. I was like, that's what's up. It's fine. Let's go. So we get to the first house, which is clearly a trap house. And I'm sitting in the back cab. This guy walks out. And Sandy's like, hey, have you seen my daughter? And he looks in the back and he sees me. He leans into the car and he's like, so they call you Juicy, huh? I said, no, she calls me that. He's like, oh, okay. Well, y'all trying to come in? And I looked at her. She was like, Juicy, when I said, no, I don't want to go in. I wake up. I'm still in the back of her cab, but the car is parked and I have no clue where we are. I'm walking. I walk around to the back because I can hear voices and I smell smoke, like somebody's burning something. I go in the back. They got this whole bonfire going and they are like paired off. So I walk around and I'm like, Sandy, like, what the hell? And she was like, oh, Juicy, come here. I got somebody I want you to meet. I was like, I don't want to meet anybody, Sandy. I want to go. So all of a sudden, this guy walks up to me and he's talking slow. So you Juicy, huh? I was like, who are you? And he was like, oh, she said that you was cool. I was like, I am cool, but who are you? And he turns around and looks at Sandy and says, hey, you sure she down? And she's like, yeah, she cool. So he grabs my wrist like this. And he starts to pull me. And I'm trying to pull away from him. I was like, who are you? Get off me. Like, I don't know you. And I thought she said y'all was cool. You down? I was like, I'm not cool with nothing. Let me go. So I'm like, Sandy, what the hell? Get your boy. So Sandy gets up and she walks over and she was like, Juicy, come on. He's just going to talk to you for a few minutes. Y'all good. I was like, what? I was like, he's not going to talk to me about nothing. I was like, no offense. I don't know you and I don't want whatever you selling. So can we please just go? And Sandy is like, Juicy, Come on, man. You're like, why don't y'all just go in the house and chill and talk for a little bit? And he looking at her, and she's like, I'll talk to her. I'll talk to her. He was like, you better. And he walks off. I was like, what? I was like, what did you tell him? She was like, oh, well, you know, I just figured that the two of y'all could chill out and talk, and he could give me what I needed, and you could get. I said, are you fucking serious? I said, did you literally tell this man that I would give him sexual favors for you? And she was like, well, you don't actually have to do. I said, no, let's go now. We are leaving now. And I turn around to walk back to the car, and he starts walking up behind me. He's like, hey, y'all ain't going nowhere till y'all pay me. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, Sandy, do whatever the hell you gotta do, but I am getting out of here. I was like, either you gonna take me home, I'll call a cab, something. I need to get out of here. So she was like, can I pay you tomorrow? They got into it. He yelling. So finally, I don't know what happened. I'm in the truck at this point. So what I got from that experience is you never know how people perceive you. And now that I look back on it, it was probably because I was silent before, and that was my fault. I was silent when I was at her house and I saw the interactions between her and her boyfriend. I was silent when I saw the interaction between her and her daughter. I was silent at the bar and in the car when I saw her interacting with her side piece. I was silent when she was partaking in drugs with her daughter and this guy. And she took my silence as an agreement, like, I understand this lifestyle. I am not opposed to this lifestyle. Therefore, my limit should be whatever she thinks my limit should be. So hopefully you guys like this. If you did, give me that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button at the top if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're watching this on Instagram or Facebook. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to like and share and comment if you like what you heard or what you saw. And I'll see you next time.